Thank you so much for meeting with me today. I think it's an important thing that we discuss some of our students that do have high support needs in our classrooms, because their issues within the classrooms go far beyond the difficulties that children have with just their literacy or their numeracy. So these children do have identified disabilities. My name's Susan Byers. I'm the Learning Support Coordinator K-12 here at Macarthur Anglican School. This school is located in the southwest of Sydney. We're a very rural setting and we're surrounded by growth suburbs. So we've got a wide drawing area and a wide range of students that come here. We're going to have a look at our school disability policies and guidelines in the framework of the National Disability Standards, because it's important that we know what's expected of us. Well, we need to have a look at the school disability policy, because this reminds us of what our obligations are. And in short, it tells us that a student with a disability needs to be provided with opportunities to participate in activities at school as if he didn't have a disability. So the school disability policy links to the 2005 Disability Standards for Education. So it's this document here. So our disability policy refers back to these standards. Adjustments to curriculum, adjustments to supervision, they're the sorts of things that we need to be doing to make sure that we're meeting children's needs. When we look at year 1, we have 3 children with high support needs. Young Robert has autism with a mild to moderate diagnosis. He's very sensitive to noises. So again, we have to be careful. He can be aggressive and non-compliant when he's frustrated. And he's had a lot of intervention in the last 12 months. Now, Kylie, what can you tell us about his occupational therapy?
He was given a sensory assessment and he attends the occupational therapy where they work on movement with him. They do a lot of movement exercises with him, and the pencil control is another thing they work on with him. Been a really positive thing for him and the family.
So we're going to have a look through next term science unit, which is on Australian animals. We need to be thinking about what our students need in terms of making the curriculum accessible. So Rebecca, have you got any initial thoughts in keeping in mind the students in your class?
I think my first step will need to be talking to Mum. Robert has a lot of difficulty, as we've discussed, articulating what he knows. I think I need to talk to Mum and find out what his background knowledge is in this topic area. If there's anything that includes Australian animals, that would be a lot more help.
So activating that background knowledge, activating that prior knowledge is essential.
Starting with what he knows.
Well done, excellent. All right, how do we meet the students' needs? It's great to talk about it, but we need to put it in practical terms. I was just going to give you an example of a way that I do that in my classroom. Last year we compared 2 visual texts. So we had Happy Feet and we had March of the Penguins. And all of my students from kindergarten to year 3 participated in that unit. It was highly differentiated and every child actually was actively involved. When it came to discussion, I did that in small groups. So I had my older students, then more able younger students, and then also these 4 students together as well. And they worked with another year 1, year 2 group. So that was just a way that we differentiated for those students, which is a way that you could possibly do in the classroom. How do you think you could use that strategy in your classroom? Katrina, what do you think?
From that, Sue, I can see that at the end of the lesson or the culmination of the activity, these children need different ways to express what they've learnt. I think it's important that we give them opportunities to have the right vocabulary.
That's exactly right. The meeting was very successful. The teachers were very open to hearing about the students, but also very open in providing ideas and suggestions on how they can differentiate the unit of work for their students.
In what ways do you ensure that curriculum content is accessible for all students? How do you support your colleagues in developing teaching programs that ensure the participation needs of students with disability are met?